You already know AI matters, you've read the headlines, you've watched competitors start to experiment, you've probably got someone on your team quietly using it for the odd task. So let me say the thing nobody seems to say to you directly. You are not behind, you're not slow, you're not late, you haven't missed the boat. You're just missing the one piece everyone skips, which is where AI actually fits inside your business. And until somebody answers that, it just sits there as a low hum of pressure, a thing you feel you should be doing without any real sense of where to start. Here's why, and it isn't your fault. The questions you're actually asking aren't technical ones. They're things like, where would this genuinely help us grow? What should we fix first? Where's the real return? And where would we just be pouring money into something that goes nowhere? Those are business questions, not technical ones, which is exactly why no tool can answer them for you. You don't have a technology problem, you have a where do I even point this problem. And here's something most businesses don't realize about their own operation. The biggest inefficiencies are usually invisible to the people running it, not because they aren't sharp, but because when you're close to something every day, the patterns disappear. The task that quietly eats a day a week, the information copied by hand from one system into another, the thing everyone stopped questioning years ago because it's simply how it's always been done. From the inside, all of that just looks like work, which is why the way this works is not what people expect. You don't start with tools, you start by looking at how the work moves through the business, and once that's visible, the opportunities announce themselves. Let me give you 2 examples and notice how familiar they feel. A new enquiry comes in, a real person ready to spend. It sits in an inbox for 4 hours because everyone was busy, and by the time someone replies, they've already rung the business that picked up first. That happens most weeks, and nobody logs it because you can't count the customer you never spoke to. Or this one. Someone capable, someone you pay well, loses a morning every single week, copying numbers from one system into another by hand. It isn't hard work, it's just necessary, so it never gets questioned. That isn't a quirk of your operation. That's time and money leaking through a gap you stopped seeing a long time ago. Now, the reason most owners don't move on any of this isn't laziness. It's fear, and sensible fear. Fear of buying the wrong tool. Fear of spending real money on something that produces nothing. Fear of championing an idea internally and watching it quietly fail. I understand that completely, and frankly, I'd be wary too, which is exactly why I don't start with tools. Here is how I work. We start with an audit. I look at how your business genuinely runs, where the time goes, where the friction sits before a single piece of technology is mentioned. Then together, we find the one thing worth fixing first, and we start there. One clear win. Your team gets hours back, and you get proof it holds up before you commit to anything bigger. And then it builds, because once I understand how your business works, every improvement after that gets easier. This isn't a project I drop on your desk and walk away from. It's a partnership. I'm not here to sell you software and disappear. I'm here to be the person who understands both how the technology works and how your business runs, and who keeps finding where the two meet. So one more time, because I mean it, you're not behind. The only question left is where AI fits, and that is the part I'm here for. If anything in this struck a nerve, have a look at acuityedge.consulting. You can book a call or simply ring Kitty, my virtual assistant, any time of day or night, and ask her anything. She's a working example of exactly the kind of thing we build.